Everything must burn. That's right. Today's video, we are taking a look at, if you didn't realize by the title, max level Scorchers. That's right, we got max level Scorchers on the main account, level 12, and a little bonus with the try boost for Scorcher damage. Let's see what 16 Scorchers unboosted with a little bit of tribe damage can do to Dr. T and maybe even some player bases. I do apologize for my absence of videos. As I said, I was going to start jumping into them more, but boy, does life get busy, and man, do I get lazy. But we are back at it. Expect more videos this week. We're definitely going to be looking into all of our max level troops, especially as we get more and more. Eventually we will get that max level armory, but we shall see. As you can see, unboosted means we can't drop all Scorchers at once, so a couple of our hits may only have 14, maybe 12, depends how we're feeling. Hopefully everyone's warship season is going great. We are coming up to the final last few days. Now's the time to get those pushes in, find out what you want to do, whether you're going keeping the dirty sixes or pushing for that 7th or remote hack. Expect to stream probably Thursday or Friday for me, showing kind of the progress and maybe a couple hits on the ult account, which is the account I was pushing with this season. Doing okay. Looking for our push point, which will hopefully be, like I said, Thursday or Friday. So stay tuned for that, warships, if that's the kind of stuff you're into. But here we are talking about the Scorchers, and yes, they are a powerhouse. But before we get into that, as always, our shameless shout out, make sure you hit that like button on the video if you're enjoying the content. Subscribe is free and means the absolute world to me. We keep pushing along. Let's not stop that momentum. And make sure you turn on those bell notifications for all of the shenanigans. But regardless of that, Scorchers, level 12, 16. I'm not a fan of Scorchers prior to getting 200 boat, but I must say, when they got a little bit of tribal boost, and you got max level, and when you got 16, I don't think there's a base around that's going to be able to stop them. Besides maybe some operations, but that's beside the point. As far as player bases are concerned, I don't think any player base and or Dr. T, or whatever the case may be, is going to stop that power. They are absolutely tremendously awesome. Don't recommend it as a full-on strategy, unless maybe you don't have instant training, and you can kind of work GB in to save them. That might be like the play, but like I said, I like to mix them up with some troops, but today we are giving them focus because they deserve some spotlight. After all, we did max them. Probably our 5th or 6th max troop now. Laser Rangers, Bombardiers, Bazookas, Warriors, and I think Scorchers. So next will probably be mechs, I think, is what we have currently upgrading. So stay tuned for an all mechs video where we shock the world with max level mechs in a few days. I think it's like a 5-day upgrade, so we'll see how that goes. That being said, stay tuned for some more streams over the next, I don't know, like week or two. I still gotta do my co-op stream with the misses. Do not fret, it is still happening. Like I said, lots of pushback as far as figuring stuff out and finding time for us. After all, we are parents and full-time working adults, so we will definitely be getting that stream out. I also want to dive back into possibly Pokemon Unite. They came out with a new patch. Like I said, I know that's completely different from the content on this channel, but if it finds enough interest, we might try to stream it, maybe post a video or two. Because we, at the end of the day, want to get into the variety of content. So, not to say that we're going to ditch Blue Beach, by no means will we. If anything, we're going to keep grinding out and showing progress for the ult account and our unopposed account. Don't know how much longer it will be unopposed, but I'm thinking maybe 16 or 17. We'll see if we can get any further than that. It is definitely a struggle getting upgrades, but enough of that. This video is about our wonderful Scorchers. And we are going in with Bullet. We did take energy drink. We decided to switch it to Taunt, just because we want to make sure he gets distracted from some of those single point, such as boom cannons and cannons. Really the only threat to a Scorcher attack is the boom cannons, and on player basis, doom cannons, if those still happen to be around. Besides that, everything else is pretty free game. Although don't sleep on splash damage. Machine guns and flamethrowers, if focused enough on them, will definitely start to tear them down. So, and you can see that on that left side a little bit. That Scorcher is taking quite a beating, but we're gonna make sure to get him away so that he does not get messed up anymore. I must say, it has been quite linear. And I'm just noticing something, and I don't know if it's the case, but I do not hear it clear. Hopefully you guys, don't mind me. Just noticed something on the computer. Just this goes to show if stuff is not scripted, we are not paying attention to the audio until now, but you guys should hear the game audio. If not, you'll see post-editing music or something. I don't know. Besides that, there you go, 7 stages down, no problem. I don't think we lost a single Scorcher. Maybe we lost one at stage 7, I can't remember. But here we're going to take on some player bases just to kind of show the kind of damage they can do. Now, mind you, some player bases I skipped out, not necessarily because I was afraid of losing anything, but sometimes maybe the loot just isn't there or whatever the case is, so you aren't going to make a huge deal about that. And it just goes to show that even as strong as Scorchers are, oftentimes you're going to want to kind of flare them into the dead zone. Like I said, all those defenses on the left side, that boom cannons, the cannons, even though I'm barraging them down, are really not problematic, and there's no point for us to go burn through them. Now, mind you, we could just throw a shock on them, burn right through them. That'd be totally fine, but sometimes it's best to have a strategy and not lose any more Scorchers if you can help it. They are expensive and take forever to train, but not a problem yet. Instant training, maybe more of a problem if you are a non-IT folk, which is totally okay. Speaking of that, we are getting close to 400 subscribers. When we hit 500 subscribers, we will be doing a huge giveaway. $25 gift card, Google Play, Apple Play, whatever you want to call them, the stores, for that juicy instant training, double builder, whatever the heck you want. And that is just to show the appreciation of support that you guys have consistently been giving this channel for the last, I don't know, 8 months or so. So much appreciation. We're not stopping, no need to stop. Keep grinding it, and you guys keep supporting the channel so that I can keep putting out those shenanigans, chaotic, juicy, amazing, absolutely spectacular content for y'all, because that is what it's all about. This base is definitely a Laser Ranger base in my opinion, but just showing that Scorchers can tear it all up regardless. I definitely wouldn't do this usually with all Scorchers, so because maybe Scorchers and Laser Rangers would just tear right through this, no problem at all. But just showing off a little bit of fun, making it a good time. I don't think we did lose one Scorcher there, so like I said, probably could have saved troops had we gone with a different troop combination, and we have a Scorcher that might die, but we're going to drop those medkits just to save them, barely. Unlikely that medkits ever do anything. I don't recommend throwing them on your Scorchers because their healing is so negligible to a troop that has 70,000, 80,000 health, so. But regardless of that, Laser Rangers would have torn that base up. But this video is not about that by any means. And like I said, we're just kind of showing off a Scorcher thing. And that's why we take out certain problematic defenses. So Doom Cannons are problematic. Grapplers can be. Now, this base we decided to keep the Grappler because we decided to use it for our advantage in some sense, but depending on where Grapplers are placed on a base, I would definitely say to take those out because taking a Scorcher out of the fray or putting him in a den zone could be very problematic. And we're just going to tear through the base. The hot pod probably didn't need to be shocked, but any extra damage is probably not what we want. And as you can see, the Grappler is pulling a couple of our Scorchers. I think it eventually pulls Bullet, but we're going to smoke so that whenever that smoke stops, those Scorchers are literally just going to tear that Grappler a new one, and pretty much everything in the back. So as you can see, Bullet does his taunt there, so that way no more Scorchers are getting pulled, but I think 3 or 4 are already back there. So tearing things up in the background, kind of flanking the base, quote unquote, and it manages to work. We do lose at least, we lose quite a few Scorchers on this hit, which is unfortunate. As you can see, there's definitely some blue statues, probably some building damage, maybe a building health, possibly. But we did lose 4. But you want to know what? We got that loot. We got it back in full, so we are not going to complain about it. At the end of the day, it's all about the loot. If you lose a couple troops, it's unfortunate. But as long as you can gain more loot than you can lose with a troop, then it's not such a problem. As you can see, we skipped a base there. Probably due to loot stuff, trying to re-roll certain bases and stuff like that. Doesn't always work, sometimes it does. And this looks like an unboosted base. So it should be fairly simple, but we are going to still take out those dangerous Doom Cannons because they do quite a bit of damage. Bullet with a taunt, we love that. And as we tear through that, I don't even know what I was going to say, I lost my train of thought. Regardless of that, expect some more content on the alt coming soon as well. Like I said, once we kind of finish the Max Troop series, we're going to focus a lot more on our other accounts, and we might do our baby account, our unopposed account. We might do something a little bit differently. Maybe like a full offensive, maybe like 300% resource reward or something on that account that's a little bit goofy, just to kind of show a different style of play. It'll still be offensive. Like I said, we do not play this game defensively. Maybe someday when we do a VP push, but very unlikely. And boom, there goes that base. But stay tuned for that. A leaderboard push maybe in the future. We'll definitely do a video on it, maybe a stream, I don't know. And we'll kind of go from there. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. As per usual, I am the resident dweller of the underworld, the casual player's player, the David to Max Player's Goliath, and I will catch you all next time. Stay tuned. Peace.